It's rivalry night here at Hoosac Valley High School, where the Lady Blue Devils from Drury take on their arch rival, the Hoosac Valley Hurricanes, in a huge North County matchup. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Tim Moore alongside of my broadcast partner, Rick Bua. And Rick, once again, we're here at Hoosac Valley in a real big matchup for these two teams early on in this basketball season, as both these teams would really love to get a victory tonight.
Yeah, for so many years, Tim, we were just so used to the home and home series between these two teams, these two rivals, as you'd mentioned. And last year, of course, it was fairly early. It was in December, even earlier than this, and was up at Drury, and it was a pretty good ball game, actually. And so we're down at Hoosac Valley this year, and the Hurricanes come in with an overall record of 2-3, a little atypical for them, 3-2 in the league, or 2-2 in the league. And as I mentioned to you off camera tonight, Tim, they had a tough week. They lost a tough one here to PHS, a very, very good team in Berkshire County this year, and just snuck one out with some great free throw shooting and a really good fourth quarter last night to beat a good South Hadley Tigers team.
Absolutely, Rick. And so they come into this game 2-3. They can get the 500. Drury 1-2. They've been off, and they've had some time to prepare for this. Coach Downey squad would love nothing better than to knock off the Hurricanes here tonight. It would be a real feather in their cap.
Yeah, it's been many, many years, Tim, as we all know. Drury had the better of Hoosac. If you go back to maybe 2008 through 2000, maybe in 13. But then the tide turned after the 2012-13 season. Hoosac has just been on a roll with their Western Mass titles, their state titles, an incredible dynasty built here over the last several years, and they would like nothing better than to knock off the Hurricanes here in Cheshire. And I think that the loss down at Springfield last year to
Springfield
ICS, which was the third time that they played in a game that they lost at the buzzer, I think that's when they finally figured out that they can play with pretty much anybody. They did lose by a kind of a wider margin than I thought to Monument Mountain this year, and also lost to ICS 59-50 down there. But I think the game in North Adams later on will be a different outcome. I think Drury will still be okay in their league, but the thick of the schedules right now, it lightens up a little bit after this one.
And Rick, of course, two players who have played in this particular game over the years, the two senior captains here, Gabby Billets for Hoosac Valley, Alyssa Russell. We had a chance to catch up with both of these young ladies before the game to get their impressions about playing in this huge rivalry game. We're here with seniors Gabby Billets and Alyssa Russell before the Hoosac Valley Drury girls basketball game here at Hoosac Valley, and we want to just talk with both these senior captains about their experiences over the years as playing in this game and then over their careers. And Gabby, it seems like we've been covering you forever. You're a senior now, and you're really, the experience on this Hoosac Valley squad. And you played in a number of these games with Drury. There's a big crowd coming in tonight, so it means a lot for you guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Every year we look forward to this game. Obviously, it's our rival game, and we always come out with intensity and fire.
And Alyssa, you guys have started off, you had a great year last year. It ended in a very close loss to Springfield ICS, and you got a lot of experience back this year. And of course, you played now, you as a senior, you played in this game a number of years. What's it mean to play in this game against Hoosac Valley?
This is a really important game for us. It's our first time being back in this gym. They came to play us last year, so we're excited to be here. We're excited to compete, and we're overall just ready to play.
Yeah. Now, Gabby, you guys have played against each other during this squad. You're a senior this year. You've been playing since you were a freshman. You've been playing against this Drury squad for the last 4 years, and of course Alyssa Russell you played against, and so there's really no secrets between you guys, are there?
No, there's not anymore.
And Alyssa, you've had a chance, of course you've been on chance here to play Hoosac Valley. You guys have had some great games over the years, and of course at this point in the season although it's December, it's a big game for you guys.
Yes, it is a big game for us because we just want to get our season going. Like, we are coming off a couple losses, but we are ready to jump on and get going. And I think that it will help us for postseason and further on if this is a big game.
Well, ladies, I want to wish you both the best of luck in the game coming up. Well, we love watching you guys play. You guys give it your all, and we're expecting a great game here tonight between Drury and Hoosac Valley. I want to thank you for taking some time before the game for this interview. Thank you very much. Back to you. And Rick, it seems like we've been covering these two young ladies for so long, Alyssa Russell and Gabby Bills, two wonderful young ladies, great athletes, and they've had great careers at their respective schools, Drury and Hoosac Valley. But tonight, Rick, the keys to the game tonight, I think it's a question of pace of game. I think Drury has to play a quick, up-tempo game, but a controlled game. I truly believe they can't allow Hoosac Valley to score easy baskets. They got to make them work for everything. I think they're a quicker team than Hoosac Valley, but I think Hoosac Valley has the advantage underneath the basket.
Yeah, I think they do too. I mean, Brooke Bishop's done a pretty good job along with Alyssa Russell rebounding for the Devils. But the Devils do have a very quick backcourt in Jacinta Felix and Lauren Davis. But then, you got Ashlyn Shore on the other end too. So they mirror each other in many, many ways. What they've got to do, Tim, is I think that they've got to somewhat at least try to control either Gabby Billets or certainly Taylor Garabedian, their two top scorers. And Alyssa Russell found out late last year that, hey, I can go inside, outside. I've got a pretty good three ball. And she's not afraid to take it, and she'll knock them down. But neither is Hoosac Valley. They love to run the weave. They love to run in the lane, try to drive to the hoop, but they're not afraid to take those threes. That's never changed in this program.
Well, the buzzer is sound. Both squads have gone to their respective benches for some last-minute instructions and the introduction of the starting lineups for tonight's matchup here between the Drury Blue Devils and the Hoosac Valley Hurricanes. Let's go down to the floor and the introduction of our starting lineups for tonight's contest.
Will not be tolerated in the grounds removal of tonight's game. Please note, artificial noisemakers, horns, bells, or whistles are also prohibited and will result in your removal from the gym here tonight. On behalf of Hoosac Valley, welcome and we thank you for your cooperation. And now let's meet your starters tonight. First, for the visiting Blue Devils. Starting at guard, the sophomore, number 11, Jacinta Felix.
And one of the key players, as you have pointed out, Rick, Jacinta Felix, the sophomore.
She's a scrappy ball player, and she can handle that basketball as well as Lauren Davis.
Averages just under 7 points a game, along with Lauren Davis, who averages 8 points. They can cause a lot of mayhem with that pressure defense.
Maddie Hodling getting the start for the Blue Devils.
And Alyssa Russell, the senior, as you say, Rick, inside and outside. She's a real tough matchup.
Rounding out Coach Downey's lineup is his center, Brooke Bishop.
And for Hoosac Valley, Ashlyn LaShore, she's going to do the bulk of the ball handling against this pressure. Hannah Shea, the junior, and Abby Scalabia, the junior, transfer from Mount Greylock. Gabby Billets and Taylor Garabedian. Billets, of course, outstanding senior for the Hurricanes. We're going to pause now for our national anthem.
Please rise, direct your attention towards the flag as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Almost ready for action.
And we're just about ready for the tip-off here tonight. Well, we got the answer to one question, Rick. Jeff Polari, the athletic director for both Hoosac Valley and Drury High School. He's going to wear red tonight because we're here at Hoosac Valley, and of course the boys will play up at Drury. We're going to be doing that game live on February 14th, and he'll be wearing Drury blue.
Yeah, he will. We were kind of joking last time we were here, Tim. What does a first-year athletic director for two schools wear? And we got the answer. So it's red here. It's going to be blue at Drury. The other options were a neutral color white.
Right.
Or if you put blue and red together, what do you get, purple? So
right.
Anyway.
So doing a tip-off, it's going to be Taylor Garabedian for the Hurricanes and Brooke Bishop. And the tip is controlled by the Blue Devils. And Hoosac Valley with that man-to-man defense right out of the gate. LaSure and Felix, this is quite a matchup between these two sophomores. Two outstanding young players. And Russell to the basket. She goes up. She's going to take a foul. So she's going to go to the line quickly. And they're going to give that foul on
Gabby
Billups.
Yeah. Teams first, logically. A little strong.
And she missed the
ball. A little light, a little strong, a little light.
And Garabedian will bring the ball into the front court for Hoosac Valley. Both teams now in that man-to-man. Billets on the blocks. Ball stolen away by Felix.
And a foul. That's on your second, Tim.
That's a foul on Billets, and that's going to be two.
Away from the basket. That hurts.
And early on now, Coach Frederick has a decision to make here. Just 7:21 to go here in this first quarter. Gabby Billets with two fouls.
Nice hustle by Felix and Billets both going to the floor for that ball.
And the ball goes over to Hoosac Valley on possession. So Coach Frederick's going to roll the dice here and let Billets play with the two fouls early on. And Bear beating it to the basket. Scores.
Boy, that's a tough one. That's hard to stop. That's a nice hoop.
Hoosac Valley scores first here. And they're going to call a foul on the outside. That's going to go against Scalabia. And that's a third team foul quickly on Hoosac Valley.
Nice stop and go there by Lauren Davis when she saw a little opening. Felix will put the ball in play.
Oh, right there. Davis scores it. Lauren Davis, nice inbound play for Drury. We're tied at 2 apiece here. Opening moments of this one. 6:45 to go in this first quarter. 2-2. And
got a foul on Abby Scalabia. Yeah.
And quickly, Hoosac Valley with 4 team fouls. And Coach John Frederick going to go right to his bench. And he's going to sit Gabby Billets. And into the game for Hoosac Valley, Marion Capiello and Emma Meswar.
It's a turnover.
Ahead, that ball's thrown away. Early nerves here with this one.
Capiello and Meswar in the lineup. Drury starter still out there.
And Davis running the offense. Davis comes up short, and LaSure looks to run. Out she comes. Down the lane, her shot blocked. And the breakout to Felix. Nice pass.
Good job by MMS War, the trailer, knocking that ball away.
Beautiful
But
pass.
we're going to get a foul.
Yeah. And Russell going to go to the line again and shoot a pair. That is quickly the 5th team foul for Hoosac Valley with just 5:52 to go here in this first quarter.
Oh for 3.
Unlike Alyssa, very good foul shooter. She averages 13 points a game. Lead scorer for the Blue Devils.
She got that one.
So Drury takes the lead, 3-2 here. 5:40 to go in this first quarter.
Meswar from the corner, a little short.
Oh, good. And here comes the Blue Devils. They're looking to run it. Good.
Nice job again by Meswar. This time she didn't foul, but she did knock the ball away.
No.
Coach Downey calling a play out there. Felix is kind of trapped.
Nice shot
Maddie
there
Holding.
from Maddie Holding. And she gives Drury a quick 5-2 lead here.
Another turnover.
Oh, it's turned over there.
Into the game for about 30 seconds was Hannah Lacasse just to give Lauren Davis just a little breather for a second. She's back out there again.
Well, Davis is back into the contest here with Drury with the 3-point lead. And there's Davis.
There's Russell.
Long 3-pointer, no good. The ball on the floor. Some
great job by Capiello.
Scrum underneath the basket.
And we got another foul. It's going to be on Hannah Shea, I think, Tim.
Yeah, it is. And that's the 6th team foul for Hoosac Valley here in this first quarter. No team fouls for Drury. The next team foul for Hoosac Valley, that's going to put Drury on the line for the rest of this first half.
Kind of passed to nowhere, and we got a tie up on the floor.
Ball will go over to Drury on the possession arrow, I believe.
Hoosac Valley.
No.
So the one thing I missed, Tim, being on the score table side. You can't see the arrows.
Right. Yeah, I'm looking at the scoreboard.
I can see, that's right. We do have the scoreboard, too. Yeah.
Garabedian, she's got the only points here for Hoosac Valley. And there's a short. Her shot is off the back rim.
Offensive rebound.
And a pass thrown away.
Boy, a lot of turnovers by both teams, especially Hoosac so far early in this game.
On. Absolutely right. Big crowd here at Hoosac Valley for this one. And a ball thrown away, goes over to Hoosac Valley on the turnover. Both teams here.
They're trying to double team and triple team at the top of the key, which tells me there's somebody open down low. They just got to get it to them.
4 minutes to go here in this first quarter of action. Drury leads it here, 5-2. Garabedian thought about it for a minute. On the lane, no good. There on the shot by Marin Capiello.
Maddie Holding's going to the line, Tim, for 1-1.
Right, she's going to go to the line. And that is the 7th team foul for Hoosac Valley, just with 3:42 to go in this first quarter. Drury has no team foul.
11 minutes of free throw shooting.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
It always seems to average out in the game, Tim, but right now, as you said, it's 7-0 for team fouls.
Big advantage for the Blue Devils here now in this first half. And hey, Holy rolls it in.
Got them both.
And she gets them both. 2 for 2 from the highlight, 4 points on the game She leads all scorers here, and Drury with the 7-2 lead here with 3:35 to go in this first quarter. And
it's a big three.
Big three-pointer for Hannah Shea. And a turnover goes back to Hurricanes here. They trail here, 7-5. Drury with the lead, 3:19 to go in this first quarter. And that one does not go for Marion Capiello, and a tie-up will go over to the Blue Devils this time. 3:05 to go here in this first quarter of action, and the Drury Blue Devils with a 2-point lead, 7-5.
Here's the pressure, Tim.
And Drury breaks it. Davis down the lane.
Blocking
They're going to call blocking foul.
Meswar.
And that, I believe, is her second. And that's the 8th on the team here. And that'll put Lauren Davis at the line. She'll shoot a pair. Big foul trouble for Hoosac Valley here in this first quarter. And Lauren Davis rolls it in. Her third point for the night. And Coach John Fredericks is going to have to go deep into his bench. Eight to 5, Drury, and I'm going to foul. That's the first
foul. Yeah, it's got Maddie Hodling.
That's the first team foul for Drury here with 2:51 to go in this first quarter. Hoosac Valley will inbound the ball. They trail 8 to 5.
The starters have almost literally gone all the way so far for Coach Downey.
And a ball turned over to the Blue Devils.
Let's see if they pick up the pressure here in the front court. Here they come.
Russell to the basket.
She's fouled.
That's going to go against Shea. And once
again, that's her second.
So Alyssa Russell goes to the line. She'll shoot a pair again.
So Tim, unofficially, I've got Billett, Shea, and Mesor each with 2. With still 2:39 to go here in the first.
Absolutely. All
in and out.
All kinds of foul trouble for Hoosac Valley here in this one.
This is going to be Alyssa Russell's 6th free throw here in the first quarter. She's 2 out of 6.
She gets it to go. So it's a 9-5 Drury lead here. 2:35 to go in this first quarter. Garabedian now.
Stopping a puck.
Good.
Off the glass.
For the shore. She banked it home. So she's in the scoring column now for the Hurricanes. She's sent to Felix. Lauren Davis.
Off the glass. That's a 3.
Lauren Davis with a big three-pointer. Gives Drury the 5-point lead, 12 to 7. And there's Garabedian. Fouled on the floor.
She'll go to the line for 2.
No, I think they're going to call that on the floor.
Oh, they did, Tim, yes. Fouls on Jacinta Felix, her first, team second.
And a breakout possible here for the Blue Devils. No, they're going to back it off. A Russell to the basket. Doesn't go. Garabedian comes out with it. And count it.
Foul's going to be on Brooke
that's a
Bishop.
big one.
We got an and one here.
Hannah Shea took it hard to the basket. And she'll get the foul shot. Get a chance to make a three-point play with 1:08 to go. The junior now has 6 points here. She leads all scorers for Hoosac Valley. And the steal by LaShore to the basket. Doesn't go. Ball stolen away again by LaShore.
Who's attacking?
And a foul
for that
on the
basketball.
outside. That's against Felix Rick, and that could be her second.
Yes, it is.
And that's a big foul. And coming into the game now for Drury, I believe
That's Morgan Sarkis.
Morgan Sarkis.
With a different number. Yeah, she was 3 before.
So Morgan Sarkis into the game. 49 seconds to go, first quarter. Drury with a 2-point lead, 12-10.
Haley McNeese, a junior in the ball game for the Hurricanes.
Long step back jumper, no good by LaShore. And here comes Felix into the front court. Davis on that offensive rebound there. Knocked away, and they're going to give it to Hoosac Valley here.
Said it went off Davis's knee.
With 19 seconds. It looked like Hoosac Valley knocked that ball out, but going to give it to Hoosac Valley. So here they come now. They can play for the last shot. The jumper does not go.
Nice rebound
there. And that's going to do it for the first quarter of play here at Hoosac Valley. The score after one, it is Drury 12 and Hoosac Valley 10. And really put Rick, the story of this first quarter, foul trouble for Hoosac Valley.
Foul trouble by the Hurricanes at the 3-minute mark. They pretty much had Drury in the bonus at 7 fouls. And they've got, I can't see it for, I think it's 8 now, 8-4. And we'll see if things even up a little bit. But a lot of turnovers too.
Yeah.
A few more by the Hurricanes on some just long passes. But the kids, not so much the nerves. You pretty much get rid of those within the first minute or two. But see, the adrenaline's just flowing, and they're playing really hard. Both teams are playing very hard right now.
And we want to thank Northern Berkshire Community Television for the broadcast of tonight's game between Drury and Hoosac Valley. Here at Hoosac Valley, our producer tonight, Peter Gentile, on the camera. You can see all high school basketball on channel 1302. Just check your local listings. Yeah, we're ready to go here to start this second quarter. Alyssa Russell back into the game for Drury. Rick, she got a blow there at the end of the first quarter. And for Hoosac Valley, again, Gabby Billets still on the bench with 2 fouls. And Coach Frederick is going to have to go to his bench here. The up and under doesn't go.
Their second opportunities.
And there, they scored for 3. Big shot there by Haley McNeese. So Coach Frederick gets a little bit. And there is Russell, and she answers. Alyssa Russell, right back at you. And she gives Drury the lead, 15-13. Both teams starting to heat up here, right out of the gate here in the second quarter.
Good defense there by Felix on LeSure.
Garabedian down the lane, up and under, doesn't go. And they're going to call a travel underneath on the rebounding action against Brooke Bishop. So on a turnover, Hoosac Valley will inbound. They trail by 2 here, 15-13.
4 Drury starters in there right now.
Ball stolen away. And tie up, it'll go over to the Blue Devils on the possession arrow. Both teams playing real hard, Rick.
They're scrapping. Hoosac's been this way for many, many years, but Coach Downey, I think last year, really got his kids to play that kind of style of scrappy, hard-nosed defense basketball.
Hoosac Valley in the zone, and Russell getting some good looks at the basket. They're going to call.
There's a tough foul right away from the basket. It's
Right.
at Morgan Sarkis, her first, team's 4th.
So the senior, Morgan Sarkis, picks up the foul. 15 foul there for Drury. Hoosac Valley with 9 team fouls. So the next foul, Drury's going to shoot 2 the rest of the way here in this first half. And there's 10 on the shot clock. Garabedian to the basket, score it!
Offensive,
take it away! Felix with the offensive foul. And that's a big play there for the Blue Devils. With 6:01 to go in this first half.
That was a flip a coin call, Tim.
Absolutely. Russell, long 3, all around the rim and out. The putback is good.
Brooke Bishop with her first points on that offensive rebound.
4-point Drury lead here, 17-13. 5:32 to go in this first half. In the Garabedian on the block. Good for 3.
Wow.
Big 3-point by Marin Capiello. She cuts the Drury lead to 1. Both teams shooting well here in this second quarter. Shot is no good. Here comes
got a good look, just a little hard off the glass.
Garabedian gonna go coast to coast.
That way she got it.
Oh, the up and under by Taylor Garabedian. And she's gonna have a chance for a 3-point
She wasn't
play.
going to die that time.
Back rims it. 1 point, Hoosac Valley lead here, 18-17. Russell, they're going to call a travel there on Russell. And Coach Downey not happy with that one because it was called by the trailing official. 2 officials right in front of her. 4:45 to go here. This has been an entertaining first half of action between
Absolutely
these
is.
2 arch rivals.
Got a touch foul and Jacinta Felix. They're gonna even this up, Tim. They always do.
Well,
it's the way the game is played.
Unofficially.
These aren't phantom fouls. These are fouls. Drury is heading 0. They're up to 7.
Yeah, she's going to have to sit down, Rick. I believe that's her it is her 3rd foul. So Lauren Davis will come into the game now. So both teams getting a little bit of foul trouble. This is going to put LeSure on the line for a 1-and-1. And she misses it. Davis kicks it off to Russell. The three-pointer, good! Alyssa Russell.
Another 3-ball.
And a timeout with 4:22 to go.
Wow, this has got the makings of a heck of a ball game. I know it's early yet.
Drury has a 2-point lead, 20-18.
One thing that's impressive to me, Tim, about the Lady Hurricanes is that anybody can come in there at the guard position or forward position, and if they have an open three, they're going to take the three. They've got the okay to do it, and they can shoot the lights out at times. That, if you're having a bad night, well, you never know. You can always play your defense, but boy, that 3-ball can really keep you in a ball game.
Absolutely. And
now, I'll tell you what, the way I'm talking, you'd think that's all they did. Each team has got three threes. So.
Right. Yep. And of course, you can catch up on all the high school basketball action here in Berkshire County, especially northern Berkshire County, on High School Basketball Weekly. Each Thursday night at 7:30, Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, and Sunday evening at 7 p.m. High School Basketball Weekly on channel 1302. Yours truly and Rick Bua recapping all the high school basketball action, both boys and girls. High School Basketball Weekly.
Well, you got 4 seniors and a junior out there, although Maddie Hodling in all defense really didn't play last year. She had several issues to deal with.
Right. All right, Davis now. Pressure in LaSure. Three-pointer. Good from the corner.
They just keep coming.
McNace for 3. That's her second three-pointer in this ball game, Rick. Off the bench, it gives Hoosac the 1-point lead now. There's the up and under. The putback doesn't go, just off the front of the rim. And Capiello, the sophomore, is able to clear it away.
Telling the bench is sparking the Lady Hurricanes, Tim.
LaSure, and she's going to go to the line. Bumped off there by Davis.
Her first, team's 8th.
So now LaSure's going to go to the line. 3:42 to go here in this first half. And this has been a whale of a first half of action.
Yeah, with Meswar and Billets on the bench, Tim, I mean, they're really getting some solid efforts from some bench players.
Right. And LaSure, she's now 0 for 2 from the foul line. Very unlike her. She had a big night. There's Russell.
Nobody
good.
underneath the basket. Just Brooke Bishop as she was on the weak side.
Hannah Shea comes away with it. And here comes Russell, pushes it ahead to Sarkis. And on the foul.
Brooke Bishop will go to the line.
Yep.
She'll get 2.
Brooke will go to the line and shoot pair as Hoosac Valley now in the double penalty.
That's Mary Capiello's first personal foul.
10th on the team. So Brooke Bishop now goes to the line. She's going to get a couple here. She can. And she misses the first. She'll get another chance to tie this game up here. And she does. Brooke Bishop, 1 of 2 from the line. We're tied at 21 apiece here with 3:08 to go in this first half. And there is LaSure down the line. Her shot goes. Ashley LaSure gives Hoosac Valley now the 2-point lead. Davis down the lane. Doesn't go. But Drury be able to get the rebound. Russell thought about it for a minute. There's Davis. Garrett beating him.
Good
Finally
box out
comes
there.
away. Yeah, it was a good for him there. 3-pointer. Doesn't go. And Drury.
Oh, they're
Yeah, throw
the
away
outlet
the
pass,
rebound.
thrown away.
2:19 to go here in this first half. And now
We have a timeout.
Hoosac Valley's going to call a timeout. Coach Frederick. And Rick, if you had to ask Coach Frederick to have a truthful response, he's got to be happy with where his team is placed right now, given the fact that his starting center, Gabby Billets, has been on the bench here for almost all of this first half.
Yeah, I'm very, very impressed with his bench. Mary Capiello, Haley McNeese has got a couple of threes. Hannah Shea is playing well. Ashley Skir's doing better in the second quarter. She did in the first quarter, running the show as quarterback. And they're just more confident out there with Taylor Garabedian even on the floor. You know, you take her and Gabby Billets off the floor, it's a whole different outlook. But these kids, they're not afraid to shoot the three, and they're very confident.
Okay.
Coach Downey's going to have to make a change at some point if they just get red hot with threes, because they've had a lot of open looks, as well as the Blue Devils have too.
Big crowd on hand here at Hoosac Valley for this rivalry contest. Hoosac Valley inbounds the ball here with 2:17 to go in this first half. Oh, down the lane, lost the ball. Here comes Drury. They got numbers here. And was sure a little bit shaken up on the play. They're going to call a timeout on the floor.
Coach Downey wasn't crazy because Drury had numbers, I guess. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, sure, trying to shake that off. She's a little shooken up on the play. Here's Russell. Oh, good backdoor pass. And tipped away.
Good job by Shea knocking that ball away.
And Drury will inbound the ball here with 1:59 to go in the first half. Oh, nice post play there.
Very good post play by Brooke Bishop on that play. Called for the ball, got it, and put it off the glass.
She's got 5 points now. That was really, really sweet move there by Bishop on the blocks. We're tied at 23 apiece. Shea thinks about it. Finds Garabedian, and she gets that move and scores it.
She's got a nice move.
Garabedian, she's got 6 points now for the Hurricanes. They lead by 2, 25-23. 1:15 to go in this first half. And there's Davis out on top. Russell wheeling to the basket and score it. We're tied at 25. Beautiful spinning move there by Alyssa Russell, the senior.
She's in double figures already.
Yep, she's got 10. Leads all scorers here. Under a minute to go. There's Garabedian on a block, and she is a handful.
Hard to stop.
She's got 8 points, and it's a 2-point Hoosac Valley lead. Long three-pointer doesn't go. Hannah Shea comes out of there with it. Hoosac Valley can play for the last shot. Yeah, Hoosac Valley.
Travel.
And they're going to call travel out top. That was a good call, I thought.
They had the ball for 30 seconds. That's a long time, Tim, in high school basketball to try to play for that last shot. Something always seems to come up.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen it so many times.
Now, can Drury get the last shot off? That's our next question. This has been a really good game. Both teams really scrapping hard, fighting very hard.
The fans are getting their money's worth here tonight, Rick. At least so far in this first half. 13 seconds to go. It's a 2-point Hoosac Valley lead here, 27-25. Davis doesn't go, the putback. doesn't go. The turnaround. Go!
It's good.
And that's going to do it. Brooke Bishop stayed with it. And we're going to go to halftime with the score tied. Hoosac Valley 27, Drury 27 in an exciting first half of basketball between these two rivals, Rick.
It's been great. A little shaky at the beginning on both teams. Came out of the gate a little bit slow offensively, but defensively they gave it all they had. Drury was scrappy. Lauren Davis did a great job just into Felix until foul trouble. Gabby Billets got those two quick fouls. Emma Meswar also on the bench with a couple of fouls. Hannah Shea played a lot of the second quarter with 2 fouls, but it was the bench for Hoosac Valley, and I said earlier in the game, you know, if you could hold Gabby Billets and Taylor Garabedian down a little bit, or at least one of them, you'd be in the ballgame, and they certainly have. But you never know because I don't even think Taylor Garabedian has even started yet, and she is a force underneath. But it's been very, very interesting. Rebounds pretty even. The 3 balls pretty even. I think Hoosac's had 4, Drury's had 3. But good half by both teams. And you know, if you're a team that hasn't beaten Hoosac Valley in a long time like the Blue Devils, at least at halftime, Coach Downey could say, hey, there you go. Here's the first half. We're even. Now just keep it close, and you never know what's going to happen. So we'll take a quick break here, ladies and gentlemen, at Hoosac Valley at halftime. It's 27 Drury, 27 Hoosac. Don't go away. We'll be right back with some pretty incredible, I think, second half action.
And we're back here at halftime at Hoosac Valley High School with the score tied at 27 apiece between Drury and Hoosac Valley. And Rick, this has been really a whale of a ball game. Both teams playing their heart out here in this one, and it shows.
Yeah, the Hurricanes got in foul trouble early, and it was 17 fouls to nothing. And they did get it to double bonus. And Drury ended up with 17 fouls, so Hoosac was also in the bonus towards the end. But it's been the bench for Hoosac Valley. Gabby Billets sat for the majority of the second quarter with 2 personal fouls. Also sitting was Emma Meswar with 2, and Hannah Shea played with 2. But on the flip side, Jacinta Felix, they kind of need her on the court for her scrappiness. She's got 3. So Coach Downey kind of rolled the dice a little bit, lost, and had to take her out with 3 personal fouls. No other Blue Devil in any foul trouble. But for scoring anyway, for the visitors, for the Drury Blue Devils, they were led by Alyssa Russell with 10. She's in double figures already. 7 points for Brooke Bishop all late in the second quarter. And 6 points for Lauren Davis all early, and 4 for Maddie Hodling all early for their 27. For the Hoosac Valley Hurricanes, 6 apiece. Well, actually, first of all, their leading scorer, Taylor Garabedian, with 8. 6 apiece for Haley McNeese and Hannah Shea. 4 for Ashlyn Shore and Maren Capiello with 3. So balanced scoring. 1, 2, 3, 5 Hurricanes have scored. 4 Blue Devils have scored. But I really think, Tim, and I just said to you before we went back on the air, Gabby Billets is going to have to play a vital role and put some points on the board for the Hurricanes. And I think Jacinta Felix is going to have to do the same thing and put some points on the board for the Blue Devils. So we'll see how that works out in the second half.
And something you want to watch, Rick, also. Coming out in warm-ups, Ashlyn Shore, she was shaken up a little bit in that first half, and she's hobbled a little bit here. She is still limping around a little bit. I'm sure she's going to play. It looks like she is going to play here in this second half, but she may be affected by that injury early on. And we talked about this. Hoosac Valley, they've had a rough game last night against South Hadley. So they're coming in here off a very tough game last night at South Hadley. We'll see if that plays a factor here in the second half.
Yeah, they played Tuesday, Thursday, Friday this week, Tim. They played Pittsfield High here and lost a tough one and eked out a victory in the fourth quarter last night against South Hadley. But not a lot of rest for the Lady Canes. And coaches would tell you, they love practice. That's when the improvements are made.
Right. So Hoosac Valley is going to inbound the ball here to start the second half. LaShure and Davis, they've been going at it all night here. We're tied at 27 here to start this second half of action. Billets on the floor. She sat most of the second half. First half, I should say. That short jumper by Garabedian doesn't go, and Davis clears it off and rushes into the front court. And there's Felix. That's what you talked about, Rick.
Well, at least it's a shot.
Right.
She didn't make the shot, but she had an open look. Her strength is penetrating to the hoop also and getting fouled.
We're still tied at 27 apiece. And LaShore. Garabedian. Hoosac Valley in that sagging man-to-man. Drury, in that sagging man-to-man. There's a jumper from the corner. Doesn't go. And Billets with the putback. Doesn't go. Scalabia. And here comes Davis. Russell. Her shot doesn't go.
Couple good opportunities there by both teams. Gabby Billets missed one on her end, and then Alyssa Russell on the other end.
And that Drury defense. Man-to-man. There it is, down the baseline.
She lost it.
Over. She lost it. Ball
nice bounce pass in there, but just couldn't handle it.
Ball goes back to the Blue Devils. We're still tied at 27 apiece. Who's going to break the ice here to start this second half of action? And Davis in the basket. Score it! Lauren Davis gets Drury on the board first here in the second half, and they have the 2-point lead, 29-27. LaShore from the corner doesn't go. Her three-pointer, and Drury comes away with the rebound. The senior, Lauren Davis, she averages 8 points a game for the Blue Devils. Russell, guarded by Garabedian. Gonna throw it down the lane, doesn't go. And Billets on the rebound, and boy, that's...
we got 4 on Felix, and she's gonna have to sit right away. He has no choice.
Yeah. Coach Downey's going to go to her.
Hannah Lacasse.
Hannah Lacasse go to the bench here, and Jacinta Felix will sit down with 5:34 to go in this third quarter. Drury has a 2-point lead. And the jumper doesn't go. And it'll go over to the Blue Devils.
Hannah Lacasse is a good young player, Tim. She just needs some varsity experience. She's very athletic. Brooke Bishop to the hoop, scores!
Scores it, Brooke Bishop got away. And she's got 9 points. Nice effort there by Bishop. Garabedian finds LaShore. Her three-pointer doesn't go. 4-point, Drury lead. To the basket, score it!
That's Lacasse.
Off the bench, Hannah Lacasse, her first points. It's a 6-point Drury lead. Shot by Scalabia doesn't go. The putback.
Nice foul. Nobody boxed her out. She followed her shot.
And Scalabia. Davis doesn't go. And Shea with the rebound. 4:20 to go in this third quarter. It's a 4-point Blue Devil lead. Garabedian on the baseline. Finds LaShore for 2.
Nice assist there. Very nice assist.
Yeah, that was a nice pass there by Garabedian. And now it's timeout for the Drury Blue Devils as Coach Downey wants to talk about it here with 4:04 to go. Drury has the 2-point lead, and Drury had the ball. They were up by 6 there, Rick. Had a chance to really get some breathing room here.
They did, but then a couple quick hoops by the Hurricanes came right back, and I think this is a good timeout for Coach Downey. This is a momentum timeout right now. Try to get his kids just focused back into the ball game again. But it's been so even in so many ways, Tim. And again, you know, I always tell our viewers out there, we do our best to try to keep the personal fouls and the scoring, all unofficial, of course. But you know, it's rebounds, it's assists. We don't keep all the stats, but this is a pretty dead even ball game, not just in the score, but in the way it was played. Offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, assists, turnovers. It's been a good one for both teams, and already I would say, you know, the Hurricane girls know they're in for a fight now, and the Drury girls know that they can play with the Hurricanes. We'll see if there's going to be a hero tonight.
Right.
We're way away from that.
Right.
We're 12 minutes away from that. But
all right, so Drury's going to inbound the ball. They have the 2-point lead here with 4:04 to go here in this third quarter. And right away, thrown away. They were looking on the block there to Brooke Bishop.
She's calling for the ball, but the ball was, she could be 7 feet tall. Tim, she wasn't going to catch that.
Right.
Well, that's not what Coach Downey wanted off a timeout, that's for sure.
And they're looking for Garabedian on the block, that's for sure. They feel they've got the matchup there that they can look to. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Scalabia steps back, doesn't go, and the ball comes to Drury, and here comes Russell. She got numbers. Shot blocked there. And here comes Hoosac Valley. Well, sure, breaks it out. She's got ahead of the back. She misses the bunny.
And we got a foul on the rebounding
there. And that
could be on Hannah Shea possibly, or do you think it's on LaShore?
Yeah, I think it's going to go against Shea.
Shea, yeah. I've got 3 unofficial, and yes, it is 3 for Hannah Shea. Still a 2-point Drury lead. 3:10 to go here in the third.
And there's Davis. 3-pointer from the corner. Doesn't go. Rebound by Billets. And Scalabia breaks away. Shea for 3. Misses it. But there's Garabedian with the putback and score it. Oh!
First basket of the second half for Garabedian.
Very strong, Rick. Very strong. Tough matchup underneath there on the blocks for any team. And so now she goes to the line with a chance to complete the 3-point play. And she rolls it in. So now Hoosac Valley has the 1-point lead, 34-33. Hoosac Valley trying to turn up the pressure. Garabedian, almost stole it.
Got to get it to a guard.
Right, Rick.
And even though Lacasse is playing the guard position, just haven't had the experience handling pressure, handling the basketball.
Right.
That's where you really miss Felix right now. Really miss her bad.
Here's Davis now. She'll handle the ball. Oh, ball stolen away. And they're going to call a foul.
There's a good foul.
Yeah, she had.
If there's such a thing, right?
Right. She had the advantage, Rick. That's a good observation there. She had the advantage and was going to break away. That was a good foul for Drury.
That foul was on Hannah Lacasse, her first. 3 for the Blue Devils this half to 1 for the Hurricanes. Oh, nice
Drop
give and go.
To Billets. Go! They're going to count it. Here's the question. And they're going to count it. Billets is going to go to the line. They counted that.
There's her first points of the night, Tim.
Yep.
At the 2:21 mark of the third quarter. And she'll get 1.
Well, Gabby Billets now gets a chance to complete a 3-point play. And she does.
She's got a nice looking shot.
37-33, Hoosac Valley, just like that. They are on a 10-0 run, Rick. No answer there, and they're going to call a foul coming in on Davis. And so now
I respect all the whistles, Tim.
That one
it means very questionable. Very questionable.
I tend to agree with you on that. And the foul situation is flipped now in the third quarter where
So that's 3 on Lauren Davis.
Drury now has 5 team fouls. Hoosac only has 1. So it's kind of a reverse of the first quarter between these two teams. There's Lauren. Misses it. Billets. Handful on the board.
Throw it away.
Ball thrown away. She got tied up underneath the basket.
Well, she has made a factor, not just the basket, Tim, and the free throw, but her presence underneath the basket has created some havoc for the Blue Devils this quarter.
Almost thrown away by Scalaba.
Still Drury ball, but only 10 on the shot clock.
So Drury will inbound. Minute 24 to go here in this third quarter. Hoosac Valley with the 4-point lead. They're on a 10-0 run here. And that's a 30 shot clock.
Great defense, that possession for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, it was a good defensive set for Hoosac Valley here. So, minute 13 to go in the third quarter.
Hoosac outscoring the Blue Devils 10-6 so far here in the second half.
And they're on a 10-0 run. There's Billis on the block. Score it!
That's hard to stop.
No, it is. She's very cagey now. She's a senior. She's got a lot of experience. And they're going to call a timeout, Drury here with 45 seconds to go in.
Drury's out of sync right now offensively, and Coach Downey was going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Before it gets out of hand here, Tim, they just kind of just they're out of sequence a little bit. They just look a little lackadaisical too.
In this third quarter, Rick, Drury scored the first 6 points coming out of the half to take a 33-27 lead, and Hoosac Valley now on a 12-0 run to take a 6-point lead. So both teams on the run there.
Yeah, definitely critical time for the Blue Devils.
So with 45 seconds to go here in the third quarter, Drury will have the ball. They trail by 6, 39-33. Nice crowd on hand here for this one.
Very nice Friday night holiday.
We were
crowd.
hoping to do this game live. We had some technical issues. We couldn't do it, so we are taping it tonight. You're watching this tape. We will be, speaking of live, we're going to be up at Drury doing a live broadcast on February 15th, and we're going to try to get another live broadcast in before the year ends. So stay tuned. Check your local listings. High school basketball here on Northern Berkshire Community Television. All right, Davis now running the point. And they're going to call, a foul, offensive foul there on the pick.
Maddie Hodling.
Against Maddie Hodling. So 36 seconds to go. Really, Hoosac Valley can play for the final shot if they want to. Really run that clock down. We'll see what they do. And LaSure. Garabedian steps back, misses the three-pointer, and is going to go over to the Blue Devils.
Good job on a box out there by Lauren Davis.
Yeah, she had a good look at it. It didn't go. So 19 seconds to go here now. Here comes Drury. I think they're going to try to look for Russell, that's for sure. Davis shot blocked, and that's going to do it.
They couldn't get it into the hands of the girls, the shooters.
Right. Some good defensive sets there by Hoosac Valley down the stretch there, Rick. And as you pointed out, I don't know how much longer Coach Downey can keep Jacinta Felix on the bench.
He can't. It's a different team with her out there, regardless if she's scoring. She's scrappy. She's the other ball handler. Lauren Davis can't break the pressure all the time. She's doing a pretty darn good job. But it's the basketball, Tim. That's the way game is played. The coaches have to play the kids that are out there.
And I think also Felix gives Coach Downey another score. Felix averages almost 7 points a game for him. So
she's going to have to play smart. You know, how do you tell a kid that's scrappy like that, you know, not to defend? So we'll see what happens.
And once again, we want to thank Northern Berks Community Television for the broadcast of tonight's high school basketball action here from Hoosac Valley between the Blue Devils and Hoosac Valley. And this has been a whale of a ball game between these two rivals. So Drury will have the ball first to start the final quarter of play here. Hoosac Valley on a 12-0 run now.
He's going to keep Jacinta Felix on the bench and see if he can weather the first couple of minutes here.
Right. And I just don't know how much longer she can stay on that bench. And there's Garrett Beanian doing a great job on Russell. And Scalabia ball on the floor. And that's going to be a backcourt there. Oh, boy, I'll tell you.
Hoosac has stepped up their defense.
Yeah, they've had some real good defensive sets here the last few minutes. All right, Garrett Beanian now. Scalabia. Garrett Beanian up and under, doesn't go. And the ball will stay with Hoosac Valley on the rebounding action.
Drury's going to have to pound those boards and rebound. They can't give them second, third opportunities.
Yeah.
7 minutes to go, a little over 7 minutes to go, trailing by 6.
LaSure steps back. Doesn't get it to go. She's
Nope.
had some.
They're not boxing out. This Hoosac team is too darn good to give second, third opportunities. Got a foul on Alyssa Russell.
Yeah, a little bit of a frustration foul. That's going to put LaSure on the line. Hoosac Valley against South Hadley.
Is it 17 fouls to 1?
Yes, it already is.
Just the opposite of the first half.
Exactly. So now, LaSure's going to go to the line then. This was a big story of the game last night against South Hadley. And LaSure, makes her first. Hoosac Valley made 15 of 21 shots from the foul line in the fourth quarter last night. And there's a putback. Oh, that's a
huge basket
by
yep.
Garabedian. And they're going to call.
They're getting rattled by the pressure now.
Right.
Drury handled themselves extremely well in the first half and for the first part of the third quarter. It's been all Hoosac since then.
And now.
Oh.
Not there. Scalabia comes away with it.
Drury's gone a while without points.
Numbers now. Oh, that's a beautiful drop-down pass. Didn't go. Hoosac Valley lead the 9-point lead. And they're going to call a foul here.
It's on Abby Scalabia.
On Scalabia. She fouled Russell.
But it was on the floor, so
right.
It's going to be, ball will be put inbounds under the hoop as Emma Meswar.
And Marin Capiello come in here for Billets and Shea now. Hoosac Valley with a 9-point lead. And there's a nice inbounds play. Doesn't go. She had the look. Yeah.
Drury's had some shots. They are not falling.
Absolutely, Rick. There's a step back. Doesn't go. Emma Meswar underneath. And nothing go. Hustle and almost stole it away. Here comes
Hoosac's
David.
been much more aggressive in the second half.
And now Davis will go to the line. She took it hard of the basket. And Capiello on the foul. 5:59 here to go, Rick, in this fourth quarter. Hoosac Valley on a 15-0 run. That's been really the story.
That's the story of the game. That's it, in a nutshell.
Well, Davis will get another one, trying to break that run. And she finally does. Breaks it up, 42-34 now.
That's Drury's first point in the fourth quarter.
All right, they've been silent for a long time in this one. All right, let's see if they can get themselves back in the game. And there's a foul out front there, and that's going to put Scalabia on the line, and that's the 18th foul. So,
Ty Morgan Sarkis, her second.
Right. And now Coach Frederick is going to call a timeout with 5:43 to go here in Hoosac Valley with the 8-point lead. 42-34.
Hasn't gone. Coach Frederick hasn't gone as much to his bench in the second half. He hasn't had to. They played steady. The Hurricanes have played steady all night long.
And again, coming in this one, Rick, Hoosac Valley 2-3. Drury 1-2.
Yeah, Drury started off strong with their opener and a nice win against Belchertown at home. Then fell to Monument, fell to Springfield ICS, and trailing in this one. But the schedule does lighten up a little bit. I only have Jacinta Felix, Tim, for 4 fouls, so I'm not really sure why he's not rolling the dice with her right now with the 4.
Right, I agree with you. I thought she had 4 fouls.
It's kind of now,
It's do or die now for Drury here with 5:43 to go. So Scalabia goes to the line. She's going to have a 1-and-1. And she makes it. She gets them both. Nice form there for Scalabia. It's 10-point lead now. 50-40. And down the line, Scalabia misses the putback. Oh, and shot blocked, but it'll stay with Hoosac Valley.
Kind of one-sided game right now.
Right, it's kind of... And LaSure going to reset here with 24 seconds on the shot clock. Gets that Hoosac Valley offense set. Get into it a little bit. And there's LaSure for 3. Wow. Oh,
that could be the
one.
dagger.
And that's a big one for LaSure. And she's got 10 and a 5-second violation now. And Hoosac Valley with 5:06 here. This is a danger time for Drury. Hoosac Valley up by 13. Meswar thought about it for a minute. Gets it back to LaSure. And that's a smart play by Meswar to get this offense reset. And they're going to call a travel there. Ball will go
Good job
over.
by Brooke Bishop defending Taylor Garabedian on that possession.
And here comes Russell into that front court, all the way coast to coast, and gets it to go, finally.
And Coach Johnny will call a timeout right away.
Russell. And she's been quiet.
Yeah, her first points of the second half.
She now has 12 points here. She leads the Blue Devils, but she's been quiet. Looking at the schedule for Hoosac Valley next week, Rick, Hoosac Valley travels to Granby and then comes back on January 3rd, comes back here to play Munson, which is always a difficult contest for them. And we're just looking a little bit at the...
So they're kind of into their league schedule right now, too.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly now. As is Drury. You know, they've only played 3 games coming in, which is also another factor here. 4:43 to go. In this one, Hoosac Valley with the lead, 47-36 by 11, 4:43. Drury can get back in it. They need to make a run here, though. They've got to get a run going here right away. And they're coming out with a little bit of pressure now. LaSure gets it into the front court of Garabedian. And Hoosac Valley will be content to run some clock. Scalabia back to LaSure. And that's what Hoosac Valley is going to do. They're going to run some clock here. They're taking a lot of time. 10 seconds on the shot clock. And Meswar.
Oh, everything but the basket.
You're right, Rick. You took the words.
Nice spin move by Emma Meswar.
Right out of my mouth. She did everything she needed to do. Oh, the pass stolen away. And Garabedian.
No, Drury cannot turn the ball over. They got to get at least some shots off.
They're going to need shots every possession. You're right, Rick. LaSure to the basket. Doesn't go. Rolls it off. Garabedian.
A lot of second chances, third chances by the Hurricanes.
Lane score it by Capiello.
5 points on the night for Marin.
Right. The sophomore, Marin Capiello. Almost thrown away. Davis doesn't get it to go. Garabedian.
Alyssa Russell hasn't taken too many shots this half.
And
But LaSure has, and she took another one.
Oh, another one.
Boy, she had a heck of a second half.
Yeah, she has. That's a good point, Rick. She now has 12 points on the day. And the ball's going to be thrown away with 3:01 to go. And
Jacinta Felix finally back in.
Right.
For Morgan Sarkis.
And as you said, Rick, Drury they have to get a shot every possession. And they've got to get some turnovers. All right, LaSure into the front court. LaSure doesn't get that one to go. Good look at the basket. She's been hot here. Here comes Felix. Davis thought about it for a minute, but she's going to find Russell. Russell for 3.
Just hasn't had enough of those opportunities in the second half.
Right. And she has shot the ball well. That's her third three-pointer of this game, Rick. Third three-pointer of the game.
Drury's leading scorer unofficially with 14 points, but kind of a scoring non-factor here in the second half.
Right.
It's been the pressure, the second chances, the third chances, and Gabby Billets said somebody was going to have to score. And I said she'd have to score. She has. She's got 5 points in the second half.
Right.
But that makes a difference.
And she is a presence in the middle. Does a good job on the board. So we talked about Hoosac Valley, Rick, Drury. The girls, they go on the road. They play at Ludlow on Tuesday, January 3rd. And then next Friday, they go to Mount Greylock to play the Mounties. And that should be a
really, really good
ball game. Ball game over at Mount Greylock.
A couple evenly paid, talented teams.
Right.
Good coaches.
Coach Jacoby has his squad starting to come together there.
I mean, I don't have all my paperwork in front of me, Tim, but I think right now they're 2-2.
I think you're right. I can check that. 2:31 to go. It's 51-39. Hoosac Valley. And they look to get the ball in to LaSure. LaSure breaks it into the front court. Capiello misses it. And Scalabia.
She had the position on Maddie Holding. Holding went over the back.
So that's going to put
Still a 1-1.
Scalabia.
Or is that the active shooting?
No, it's a 1-1.
Yep.
That's not necessarily a bad foul, Ray.
We've said that before tonight, haven't we?
Stop the clock here. And she doesn't get it to go, and it goes over to Hoosac Valley. Over to Drury. So Scalabia misses it.
They're going to back the pressure off here a little bit.
Here comes Felix. Down the lane. Some good defense there by LaSure. That nice drop down and the foul on the play.
Brooke Bishop, I think, was just getting ready to go up, and she saw an open Maddie Holding right there on her side.
Yeah, Holding's going to go. The senior, she'll go to the line now and shoot a pair with 2:08, and these are crucial foul shots for the Blue Devils. The clock is stopped. They've got to get these shots in. And I'm going to say, Rick, neither team has shot the ball particularly well from the foul line tonight.
Neither one have, no. Hoosac better than Drury a little bit.
And there's the second one for Holding. Here comes Garabedian. She moves it into the front court. And there's the steal. And that's just what Drury needs. And the foul with 1:54 to go. Again, that stops the clock. And gonna put. No, it doesn't. It's just a side out. That's just a 14th foul. So that wasn't a bad foul necessarily.
Neither would another one be.
Right. There's Russell. She's going to look to score here. No question about it for the Blue Devils. As the clock is not their friend now. They need to score and score quickly. And there's Davis. She's got three-pointer. Doesn't go. But the rebound doesn't go. Billets clears that ball away.
That was Jacinta Felix's best shot of the night.
Ball stolen away and a foul there on the action by Scalabia.
And that was a good foul.
Right. So now that's the 16th foul. Next time foul, Drury will be at the line.
Be a little bit different ball game, Tim, if they were both in the bonus.
Right.
That's the way it's played.
Minute 28. And counting here now with Hoosac Valley with the 11-point lead.
She's looking.
And LaSure steals the ball away. And LaSure handles the ball.
Just going to use some clock here. Jacinta Felix doesn't want to fall out of the ball game. I understand.
Garabedian. And she loses it. A minute to go here. Here comes Davis.
She waited too long.
Yeah. And a ball tipped away.
Waited just a fraction too long.
Just a little bit too long here.
The Drury needed to get that shot off.
And Davis will go to the line, followed by LaSure. And LaSure, you know, Rick, I don't think she sat a second in this ball game.
No, but she's done a great job.
Yeah.
Kind of like the unsung hero for the Hurricanes tonight.
And her and Davis, Lauren Davis, they have really been battling. And I've got Lauren Davis now for 10 points, Rick.
She's played a great ball game.
Yes.
Tim.
She's left it out there on the court. So it's a 9-point Hoosac Valley lead there. And they're going to call foul out on front. That's going to put, and they had the foul. That's going to, Jacinta Felix is going to have to come out of the game. I believe that's her 5th foul. It is.
Yeah.
And
she didn't have a choice.
And that's going to put LaSure on the line. And I know she's a little bit frustrated, but she's going to have a great year for the Blue Devils. And as you pointed out, Rick, very key to this Blue Devil squad.
Yeah, this is going to be, you know, we Coach Johnny's going to tell them, look, you led by 2 after 1. You were tied at halftime, and you came out. You broke out to a 6-point lead in the 3rd quarter, and it just couldn't sustain it. That's all. And and Hoosac's got some kids out there, some seniors, but also some underclassmen, and they can weather the storm.
Well, they've been in tough situations, played in big games for a long, long time, so not much rattles them. And there's Russell. He's going to back it off with the jumper. Doesn't go. 35 seconds to go.
Drury's going to be fine this year.
No,
Coach Johnny's going to get his wins. He's going to be okay in his league. He's going to be okay in D5.
No question about it. No question about it, Rick.
Handle the cast on the foul.
And that puts LaSure back on the line. And no question about it, Rick. This is a fine Drury squad. They ran into some foul trouble in the second half. And as you pointed out,
that was a factor. The Hurricanes were able to sustain with some of their bench players. Hannah Shea played really well. I know she's a starter, but she played really well. Maren Capiello played well. Haley McNeese had a couple of huge threes. It's all that kept them in it. Drury looked like they were going to run away for a little bit in the first half, and then they caught them. Was that 2 for 2 again?
No, she 1 or 2 there. Step back there with Bush. It doesn't go. LaSure gets the rebound, and that's going to be it for this game now. Is gonna ball will go over to Hoosac Valley with 13 seconds left, and
so this, you know, like we do a lot of games, Tim, where we always say the score does not indicate the way the game is played. So if you pick up the Berkshire Eagle, Guanai Berkshires, or Mass Live, and look at the final and say, well, we figured that. But Drury did the same thing last year, hung with it for most of the game too, and it got away a little bit late in the game.
Yeah, no question about this. This was a hard-fought contest. Hoosac Valley knows they were in a real tussle, and they're going to go away here with the win, 54-42. They're going to even their record at 500-3-3. A disappointed Drury squad, but really, they have nothing to hang. This was a hotly contested, outstanding girls high school basketball game.
Yeah, it's 54-42, a 12-point win for the Hurricanes tonight. They really deserved it. They played the most consistent basketball of the 2 teams tonight, Tim, and you never know. So I think what we'll do is take a quick break so we can total up our scores, and then
we'll come back and we'll hopefully have some post-game interviews with some Hurricanes when we come back. We'll be back in just a minute. We're back on the floor here with the Hurricane head coach John Frederick and Ashlyn LaSure, outstanding sophomore point guard. Coach, this game, I'll tell you one of the key things we thought, you got a lot out of your bench in the first half.
Yeah, the bench was key in the first half. The whistles weren't going our way. I think we had 8 fouls in the first 5 minutes, I think, right? And that was big for us. And the bench came through, and we got great minutes out of Haley McNeese, nailed a couple threes there, and it was great to see all the bench players. They picked us up when they needed to.
Second half action here. We commented, both Rick and I. You're down by 6 at one point early in the 3rd quarter, and you went on a big run, and it really turned the game around.
Yeah, I mean, the girls needed to man up, and they sucked it up. They fought through it. We started to move our feet a little bit. I think maybe we were a little leg weary there the first half, coming off of the game last night. So, kudos to these guys. They toughed it out and sucked it up. So,
yeah, you've had some tough games this year. You've had a tough schedule so far. I know people don't understand. This has been a rough schedule for you guys to start the season.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Amherst is quality. Wacona's quality. I mean, all the teams have been quality. South Hadley was a great game yesterday. Pittsfield, great team right there. And here we are with Drury today. And, they fought through it. And, again, kudos to all the kids. They played great.
Well, let's bring in Coach. We want to bring in Ashlyn here. Ashlyn, I want to ask you, that it comes with the territory, you know. Ashley, you're a sophomore now, so now you're going to start getting some interviews. Ashlyn, we commented. It looked like in the first half there, you got banged up a little bit, and it looked like you were still a little bit hobbled in the second half.
Yeah, I kind of got a knee to the knee. I already have a bruise on my knee, so it kind of hurt even more. But I took it like champ. I got to push through for my team.
Yeah, this Drury team, you know, they came in here. You haven't beaten you in a long time, and I know they were really fired up. They came out hard and played hard against you.
Yeah. I feel like we came out with a lot of patience. I love this team. I love how much they work. I'm so proud of them. This year, it's been tough, but we get through it. We get through it.
Well, you've played a tough schedule so far. You're 3-3, and you're heading into the new year, so we'll see how things pan out for you. Ashley, you had a great game tonight. We want to congratulate you. Well, good luck the rest of the way. Ashley Shore for Hoosac Valley, and Coach and Rick. You got a recap here of the action.
Again, all unofficial. For the Drury Blue Devils, who played, I thought, an incredible game. They really did. Again, the score didn't indicate the way the game was played, but they were led by Alyssa Russell. No surprise here, Tim. 15 points, but she was only held to 5 in the second half. Lauren Davis had a nice game. That kid can hustle. She did a great job all around. She had 11, 9 points for Brooke Bishop, but only 2 in the second half. 5 for Maddie Holdling all early, and Hannah and Cass had 2 for their 42. And for the Hurricanes, Ashlyn Shore, that young lady, the sophomore point guard we just interviewed, 15 points. Great second half. To me, the player of the game. Also coming on strong is their leader, Taylor Garabini, with 13. 6 points apiece for Hannah Shea and Haley McNeese. Gabby Billets, who didn't score the first half with a foul trouble, had 5. Marin Capiello had 5. And Abby Skalabic chipped in with 4. And again, the key, Drury was tied 27-27 at the end of half, Tim, and they scored 6. Then that huge run, they got out of sync a little bit, and with Jacinta Felix on the bench and not being a factor, played a key role in this game. But again, that's the way the game is played.
Absolutely, Rick. But I'll tell you, this Drury team, scrappy bunch. Coach Downing has this team playing real hard. You've seen them before. We've seen them, and there's really a new mindset here at Drury. And I'll tell you, they look to have a really good season. I really think they're going to do well this year.
They're going to do great. I think the kids got tired at the end, Tim. A lot of those kids played a lot of minutes, as did a lot of the Hurricanes. Both teams are going to be okay in their leagues. Hoosac's got a real tough league. They got a tough schedule, but you know they've always fought through the tougher teams, and it's going to make them better down the stretch. Drury's going to be okay once they get league play going, which is pretty much this week. Couple road games, as you mentioned earlier, but they're going to be fine. They're going to be, you know, it's going to take them a way to scrap to get that 500 mark. And I think when they do it, they're going to take off.
Absolutely. And Rick, we had a great one here tonight at Hoosac Valley. You got your money's worth. The score does not indicate really how this game was played. It was a beauty. Hoosac Valley with the victory here, 54-42. Of course, we'll be doing some more games as the season progresses. You want to watch Channel 1302 for the schedule of games that we're going to be doing. I want to thank our cameraman and producer, Peter Gentile, and of course my sidekick here, Rick Boa, for tonight's broadcast of high school basketball. That's going to do it from Hoosac Valley. The final here is Hoosac Valley 54 and Drury 42.
Good night, everybody.